All right, fam. We're going to get started with our New Year Cut Jump Start. So our New Year Cut Jump Start is a beginner's program. We're going to take it back to the basics, but we want to get the most bang for your buck, right? So we want to get maximum effort in the shortest amount of time. So what a lot of people get confused about is weight loss. What we really want to deal with is body composition. Body composition deals with increasing lean muscle mass and decreasing body fat. So the workout that we're going to do, the New Year Cut Jump Start, is going to be a metabolic workout that does that. It's going to increase lean muscle mass. It's going to decrease body fat in a short amount of time, right? We want to get the heart rate up. We want to get respiratory up, get the cardiovascular up, and we still want to stimulate the lean muscle. We're going to do basically 4 principles here. We're going to manipulate certain variables. We're going to manipulate variable in terms of the breaks in between the exercises. So the break is going to be a shorter break because we want to keep the heart rate up. We don't want you panting where you can't breathe, but we do want the heart rate to be up. We want you to be breathing relatively heavy, okay? So we're going to increase the heart rate. We're going to work the large muscle groups. So the large muscle group is going to be the chest, back, quads, glutes, hamstrings. Those require more energy, and all body fat is stored energy. So we're going to work on that. We're going to do compound exercises, which causes you to work several muscle groups, 2 or more muscle groups at the same time, okay? We're going to do supersets. So supersets is putting 2 exercises together without a break in between, because again, we want to get maximum benefit in minimal amount of time, right? And then last thing is in between each superset group, we want to do HIIT, high intensity interval training. That's been shown to have as good of an effect, if not better effect, in a shorter amount of time in terms of cardiovascular and aerobics and dealing with low intensity, like your regular walking on the treadmill, just walking outside or jogging for 40 minutes to an hour. We want to get the same amount of benefit in a shorter period of time, and that's what HIIT training does, high intensity interval training. So we're going to have that in between each superset. So it's going to be a scientifically based program. Again, it's a beginner's program. In the future, we will come out with more advanced programs. But keep in mind, our group at the workout, our community, we have trainers that will put together specific programs just for you. This is a general program, but they'll put together specific programs. They're going to deal with everything from where you're at, your body weight, your diet, and everything. So this is a general program, and this is free for our workout community, okay? We're going to have fun with it too. So, you can't work out and not have fun, right? So I think we are going to get started. All right. I think you warmed up. So what we want to do, we've already done the 5-minute warm-up, and you want to do that 5-minute warm-up so you can get blood flowing through the body, get the body temperature increased, so you can get the joints warmed up and loosen up. You never want to go into a workout cold, okay? So now we're going to stretch a little bit. Do the warm-up first before you do the stretching. You don't want to stretch cold muscles and cold joints, okay? So what we'll do is just do some neck rotations. So we're going to just rotate it in this. I like to go to the left about 5 times, then rotate it back to the right. Here. There. All right. Roll your shoulders. You use that mirror.
Okay.
Roll those shoulders. Okay. Now what you do is put your hand behind your back, and you're going to. What we want to do is stretch the shoulder right in here. Okay. So when you're good stretch there, then pull the other way. So that. I'm going to get a good pull in there. So it's a good shoulder stretch. Okay. All right. Now you want to put your right hand up, over, grab it here, and stretch. Now I'm going to get the stretch here for the back. I'm going to stretch those lats. So In there. Good stretch through there. All right, you want to rotate it. Other side. Okay, so that's more of an upper back right there. Okay. And now, let's go ahead and get on the floor. You're gonna put right leg out. You can put this left leg inside. You wanna get the hamstring stretch. So we don't wanna bounce with these. They used to be the old way back when I started training in the 90s. We used to bounce. Now we wanna do a static stretch. So just go as far as you can. Go ahead and put your heel up, or your toe up so your leg can be flat. Okay, stretch. Go as far as you can. You're gonna hold that for a couple seconds. You're gonna release it. Let's go back down again. One more time. Stretch. Okay. Now we can switch. Same thing. Toe pointed up. Go flat. Go down. Stretch in there. And release it. Again. Stretch, 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 stretch. Release it. All right, now butterfly here. Now what you do is put your elbows inside and press down. Press as far as you can and hold it. Release. Again. Hold it. Release. Now we want to get that lower back. So what we're going to do is get on all fours. Like so. Now, what you're going to do is bend your, or tilt your head up and your butt up and let your inside go down. You're going to, so you want to try to make them touch. Good stretch. Stretching right in here. Stretch there. Release it. Lean back on your heels. And stretched out forward. Head down. Get a good full stretch all the way through. All the way through. Back up. Let's do that one more time. Same thing. Here. Back down again. Stretch out as far as you can. Really reach. All that elongated. Take all that stress off the spine. Stretch it back. Okay. Now, my favorite exercise. Just like this one.
Good.
My favorite stretch is right here. Okay. Now, put your left hand out here. Right leg, bring it over.
Yeah. I do that every day.
You're gonna reverse it. Now you're gonna put this hand all the way. So try to flatten out. And while you're there, try to this as far as you can. As far as you can. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Release. All right. We'll do it one more time. Then we're gonna switch. This up as far as you can. Hold it. Hold it. And breathe. Do not hold your breath.
Thanks for
When I
the
say
reminder.
hold it, I mean the position, not your breath. You want to breathe.
Faint on that stretch.
Boom. Okay, reverse it. There you go. Get it up as high as you
Very
can.
nice. Where did I put this hand at?
Straighten it out. You want them flat, just like you were doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like that. What I want you to do though is start this way first. So come over this way. So start here because I want this to try to stay down. Now go into that position. Try to keep this down as good as you can. Eventually you'll be able to lay that all the way down. You gotta keep doing this because that's gonna work on that lower back. And you know, you're young, but as you get older, this is gonna be more and more important. Okay.
Trying to kill me?
All right. Woo, let's have some fun now. Time to work out. We're doing knee raises first. This is basically an ab exercise. Some people call this the Roman chair, but we want to work on the abs. This works on the lower abs, which is the problem that most people have. Let's get started. We're going to do 2 versions. Go ahead, let's do 6 this way and then 6 with the legs straight. So this is the beginner version here, and what we want to do is 3 sets of 12. So after she does 6 here, she's going to show you the advanced. This is the advanced version here. So if you get to the point where the beginner version is too easy for you, then switch to this. You want to keep some intensity there. You don't want it to be too easy for you, okay? All right. All right, immediately get down and go into your hip thrust. So again, these are superset. Superset means we do these exercises back to back. We don't take any breaks in between. After she does this, then she'll take a 30-second break. But this is still part of the 3 sets of 12. Up there she did 12, down here she'll do 12. You gotta squeeze the glutes and the hams at the top of this movement though, okay? Or you're just going through the movement without getting the benefits from it. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hams, also the abs. This is a core workout as well, okay? All right, you're looking good. Okay, let's do 3 more. 1, squeeze 2, squeeze 3. Excellent. All right. Okay, so in between each superset, after you've done your 3 sets of knee raises, and then you do your hip thrust, that's 3 sets of 12. Then in between, we're gonna do our high intensity interval training, our HIIT training right here. It's gonna consist of just pedaling soft for about a minute. And as soon as that minute is over, then you wanna ramp up the intensity and ramp up your speed as fast as you can. You wanna give it 100%. This is not 50, 60, 70, it's 100%. You gotta do that. It calls for all-out exertion on this, okay? All right, so we're gonna skip it, so don't worry about this one. We're gonna start at 2. So we just let it cycle through. Just go ahead and let it cycle through. Okay. So now it starts, so you'll go for a minute, and then at the end of that, we're gonna ramp it up. So again, what a lot of people don't realize is that the science shows that you get just as much, maybe even more benefit out of doing high intensity interval training, but it only takes you, 10, 15 minutes if you're just doing this. What we're doing is we're mixing it in the middle of our workout and throughout it in intervals, as opposed to just doing a set of high intensity training. So it's gonna call for all out exertion. So we got about 20 more seconds, and then we're gonna ramp it up and go as fast as we can, and we're gonna increase the intensity all the way up. And we'll maintain that for about 10, 15, no more than 20 seconds. Okay, you ready? Here we go. And go. Pedal fast. Fast you can. Fast you can. Fast as you can. Ramp it all the way up. All the way up. Don't let go. Keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Keep going. Keep going. Get 10. All right. Okay. So this will cause your heart rate to jump up. It also will cause lactic acid buildup.
The heart rate is definitely up.
Now, we're gonna do that in between each superset, just 1 set of these. If you were just doing these by itself, you would take about a 2-minute break, and you get back on and do it again for like 4 to 5 sets. But in this workout, we're just gonna put it in between. All right, so our next exercise, after we get off the bike, the next exercise is going to be supersetting dumbbell bench press with squats, with a single dumbbell squat, okay? So we're going to do 8 to 12 of these. If you can go more than 12, then you need to increase your weight. If you're barely getting 8, then you need to decrease the weight, okay? So we're going to superset. Okay, here we go. What number are we at? 5. Okay, push it. There, good. Good. Number we at? 8. Okay. Going. Number 10. Going and perfect. Then roll up. And and then we immediately go into squats. On the squat, form is important. You want to keep, they say the back straight is really a misnomer because you actually want it to be curved. You want the butt out, okay, shoulders up, and you want to sit back. So you don't want the knees to travel past the toes, okay? All right, you ready? We're gonna go 12 here. Let me get your toes pointed a little bit further out, right there. Let's go. You ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's go. 5, 6, 7. Squeeze those legs. 8, 9, 10. We got 2 more. 11 and 12. All right. So that was set 1. We got 2 more sets, and then we go back to the bike. As hard as you can, fast as you can. Don't hold nothing back. Don't hold nothing back. Don't hold nothing back. Keep going. 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 Okay, that's it. You got it.
That's insane.
Okay, now we're going to our next superset. It's going to be lat pull downs, and then we're going to do Romanian deadlifts. Lat pull downs again works the biceps and works the upper back, and then we're going to immediately move into Romanian deadlifts, which is going to work the glutes and the hamstrings. Again, we're supersetting compound exercises here. All right, let's go. So we're doing 3 sets, again, 8 to 12. Good. And so what we're working here is we're dealing with this upper back. This is where you get that, what they call that V taper there. Women want to work on this too because it gives them the illusion of a smaller waist. So we do that, but still it does build that. It also builds the biceps too. All right, let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. All right, we immediately, without taking a break, we immediately go right into Romanian deadlifts. Now the form is important here. You got to make sure that we feel the stress on the glutes and the hamstring as you come down. You don't have to take the weight all the way to the floor, really just mid-shin. But you kind of want to rock back a little bit as you're taking it down and feel that stretch. Let's go. That is perfect. There you go, perfect. That was textbook right there. You don't have to hold the weight out. I really have that weight travel right down your leg. The closer that weight is in, the less stress it puts on the lower back. If you start holding the weight out, then you start putting more stress on the lower back, and you're looking at lower back issues. So you want that weight to be as close to the legs as possible. Now, the only other thing we're going to do is I want your head to stay straight. So that means you're going to be looking at the floor when you go down. There we go. We want to keep that spine straight. We don't want to tilt the head up. We want to keep it straight. No. There we go. So in other words, that neck don't move. Yeah, you just rock it forward. Just like that. Oh, you rotate. Okay. So now we got 2 more sets of that for a total of 3 sets. Again, 3 sets of 12 on the superset. And then we go right back to the bike for that HIIT training, that high intensity interval training there. Okay, now we're into our next superset here. So with this superset, we're going to be doing hip abduction, and then we're going to do supersetted with push-ups, okay? Again, there's no breaks in between, all right? Again, the hip abduction really works on the glutes, a little bit of the hams as well. But we know that women love to do lower body exercises, but believe it or not, there's actually a science to that. It shows that doing more lower body exercises increases your metabolism. So we want to make sure that we have these lower body exercises in there, but we can't neglect the upper body because we want good body composition, right? All right, so let's go with 10 of these. 1, 1, 2. So again, you should feel it in the glutes. I want you to squeeze it at the top of the movement. Squeeze it there. Good. All right. Okay, we're going to do 2 versions of push-ups. If you're new to doing push-ups, we're going to do the regular ones where your back is straight, and then we're going to go into the bent knee push-ups if you're not strong enough to do all 10 with the flat back. Okay. So
What am I doing first?
flat back, legs out. Okay. And same thing. I'm glad you did that because you want to keep that spine neutral, that head neutral. Most people like to bend their heads up and look forward. That's placing your spine, that's compromising your spine. You want to keep that head straight.
Sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
Plus
Now we're
one.
going to do the 5. This is if, again, you're not strong enough to do all 10 straight, then this is the altered push-up here. And eventually you'll get stronger and you'll be able to do all 10 in the regular position. And as you know, push-up is good for the chest, it's good for the triceps, and when you do the straight leg, it's good for the core as well, for the abs and the lower back. All right? And then we'll do that 2 more times for a total of 3, and then we go back to the bike for another hit. All right, so now we're close to our last group of supersets. So this one is going to be lying hamstring curls with 1 arm back rows, okay? So this again, the lying back rows is going to work the lats, the upper and lower back, and then the hamstring curls is going to work the glutes and the hamstrings. We'll do that together. Again, we'll go about 10 on each arm, 10 leg hamstring curls as a superset, and we'll do 3 sets of that. All right. Okay, again, so our focus is the upper back here along with the lower back. You want to squeeze those lats at the top of the movement. Squeeze it there. Okay. You still want to keep that back aligned. Go ahead and try to bring that toward the hip. There we go. Yeah, full range there. How many more you got? 2 more. So 1 and 2. So then we immediately go right into hamstring curls. No break in between. Keep in mind, after we do this, we'll take about 30 seconds and then we'll repeat it all over again for 3 sets. Here we want to concentrating on the hamstrings mainly, but this also hits the calves as well, and it hits the glutes as well. So it's the whole rear chain here, whole posterior chain. All right, under your arm.
10.
All right, that's it. All right, so we'll do 2 more sets of that, and then we'll go right back over to the bike again for the hit. All right, family, we've reached our last superset, our last exercise of the New Year cut jump start. So what we're gonna do here is leg press. Again, leg press is really total. It's gonna work the glutes, it's gonna work the quads, it's gonna work the hamstrings as well. So again, we're working, it's a compound movement. Again, we're working a large muscle groups. We're really gonna burn it out. We're doing 10 reps here, 3 sets, 10 reps here, and then we're gonna superset that with step ups, with dumbbells, and we'll show you that. So let's go. We'll move those to the side. You want those knees to travel back as far as you can. With her foot position, this is really going to put a lot more pressure on those front quads, which is fine. You can vary the foot position. You can make it wider, which is going to deal with the inner thighs more. You can make it more narrow, and that's going to deal with the quads and the outer sweep. She's in a neutral position, so it's going to hit everything with an emphasis on the total, on the glutes, hams, and quad. Remember that. Okay, let's get 1 more. Boom, lock it up. All right, let's keep it moving. so now we're gonna do the step ups. We'll start with the foot already planted on here. We're gonna do each leg, 10 reps on each leg. And you bend forward, and let's start. One. The emphasis here is on those front quads, a little bit on the glutes, but mostly on the front quads. Nice and controlled. Nice and controlled. Excellent. So what you don't want to do is when you step off, you're going to have the tendency to just want to drop down. We don't want to do that. You want to come down as controlled as possible. It's not going to be super slow or anything, but it's still controlled. And you ready to switch it? All right. Last one here. We go 10. 1, 2. Good. Looking good. Looking good. 3, 4, 5, push in, 6. Almost done, y'all. 7, 8, 9. Good 10. All right, so she's done 10 there. So again, at this point, we'll take like a 30-second break. Hey, if you're not feeling winded, then let's go ahead and jump right back into it. If you're feeling winded, let's take a 30-second to a minute rest break, and then we start back over. Again, we're doing 3 sets. We're doing 10 on the leg press, and then 10 on the left leg, 10 on the right leg, and take that break. And that will wrap up that New Year cut jump start there, okay? Keep in mind that this is a workout that you'll do 5 days a week. It's a total body workout, so we're not doing more of a advanced bodybuilder workout where you only work maybe chest and tris in one day and shoulders in another day. This is total body. This is best for increasing the metabolism and burning fat. So you're gonna do this 5 days a week. You pick out any 5 days that you want as long as you put 2 rest breaks in there, okay? And again, compound movements. Again, we're increasing the metabolism. Guys that are doing this, you're gonna wanna increase the weight. Trust me, this is a guy's workout just like it is a female's workout. You're just gonna adjust the weights on that. Guys are gonna do much heavier weight. Again, we're sticking between 8 and 12 on the reps. If you do less than, if you get less than 8, that means that the weight is too heavy. If you do more than 12, that means that the weight is too light, okay? So everybody's weight that they can handle is gonna be different starting this workout. But we will again do a follow-up workout that'll be a little bit more advanced for those that are looking for that. But keep in mind, at the workout, on our website, our Instagram, and our YouTube channels, you can find links to us where we can have trainers put together individualized programs for you. It can be online coaching. If you're in the Metroplex right now, then we can have in-person coaching as well. But most people like the online coaching because you can be over in Europe and still benefit from our online coaching. We're gonna have nutritional supplements. We're gonna have apparel there. We're gonna do group sessions, boot camps. We're gonna have all of that. So we're gonna be able to pretty much meet whatever your fitness requirements are.